What's the power in having a period if you can't use it as an excuse when you want to? Hey guys, it's Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. It is already the last week of June, and you know, I would normally be more upset about this because it means my birthday month is over and I'm gonna have to wait 6 more months for my birthday again, but actually, who's to say you can't celebrate yourself every month, right? Anyways, there are 2 things I like to do at the end of the month on this channel. This one is specific, I'm not gonna lie, is my favorite, and that is I expose your period horror stories, and I know you guys love it just as much as I do. I usually like to shake up the theme, so this month I'm doing your first period horror stories, and I feel like every single experience with a first period, actually maybe not every single one of them, maybe about 98.9% of them are horror stories because you literally think, oh my god, I'm dying, and if you didn't think that, must be nice, and this is why period education is important, but that's besides the point. If you want to see more videos like this, give us a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. Make sure you follow my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok so you have the same in my videos. You get a chance to be in them, and you also get to be shout out of the day and get more content. And of course, make sure you're subscribed and your post notifications are turned on. If you want to see more videos from this series, check out my period horror stories playlist. I also have my all about periods playlist, and like I think it's called my period essentials or period guide, like everything you need to know about a period. Lots of period content. Wow, imagine having to take a shot every time I said period. Alcohol poisoning. Go grab your snacks, go grab your tea and your menstrual supplies, and let's get into this. I remember waking up thinking I had shot myself through my vagina. Yup, there it is. I will never forget. I was like 11 years old, and this had been happening to me for like 2 or 3 months, for like 2 or 3 days in a row back to back. And I was just like, that's weird. That's suspicious. Why did that poop travel all the way down from my butt to my coochie? And why is it coming out? Till it finally like turned red, and then I was like, I have no idea what is going on. I should probably tell my mom about this. And that's when I found out what a period was. So it's the fact that a lot of us are terrified that we are pooping ourselves through our hoo-ha just because we simply don't know what a period is. I'm so glad we're all able to share that same trauma. So yeah, now you know, if you see some brown stuff in your underwear and it came out from the front end, don't worry, that is discharge, and it's brown because it's like typically like old period blood, which by the way, actually I am debating making a more in-depth video about this, but I did make a short for it, which is what your period blood color means. So fun fact, your period blood can even be like purple or gray or orange, so you might want to go check that out. I started my period right in the morning before I had to get ready for school. I stood there looking at my blood in the restroom. I did not want to tell my mom, but I had to so she can write me a note for PE that I was on my period so I could skip swim. The amount of times that I used my period as an excuse to get out of PE, unbelievable, like ridiculous. And I don't think my gym teachers were even like keeping up or even understood what was going on, because I'd miss like PE within the same month at least like almost once every other week. So like, how's she getting her period every other week? They don't know that. I would literally tell my mom, I'd be like, listen, I have cramps, just write me a little note, and she'd do it every single time. Whenever we were playing dodgeball in PE, Mom, I got cramps today, we're not doing that, and it worked every single time. What's the power in having a period if you can't use it as an excuse when you want to? I was walking around Target with my brother when all of a sudden I hear a little girl walk up to me and say, you got something on your butt. I ran to the bathroom after that. You know what though? Shout out to this little girl for actually saying something, because there are people out there that will look at your period blood stain and not say a freaking word. So this little girl is actually a real one, except she thinks she pooped herself, but you know what? It's okay. She's gonna find out one day it was not poop. What would you do if you saw someone with a period stain? Do you go up to them and tell them? They're a complete stranger, there's a stain. Do you tell them? Yes or no? I think I would, because I would want someone to do it for me. I have a medical condition that makes me a late bloomer, so I got my first one at junior prom and I ruined my dress and everyone was looking at me. So you're telling me this was like in real life Carrie almost. Except it wasn't coming from above, it was coming from below. I don't even know what to say that could possibly comfort anyone in this situation, except one thing actually. I cannot name a single person that I know, including myself, that did not have something go wrong during their prom experience. Y'all, I absolutely hated the way my hair was done, that while I was trying to get my makeup done, I couldn't stop crying, so the makeup artist literally had to stop like every 5 minutes, and she was like, girl, and I was like, I hate my hair and it's prom. And I feel like prom just puts on way too much pressure, so like, honestly, it could have been worse. It could have been like Carrie, and you could have had blood fall from above, you know? You know, on the bright side, prom is not forever. There we go. But your memory is. I got my first period on an airplane. My mom was sitting a few rows ahead of me and I had to ask the lady next to me what to do. She was very kind and gave me a tampon, but didn't tell me what to do. Long story short, I was in the lavatory for a very long time. Y'all, I don't know if you remember this, but in one of my previous videos, someone talked about getting their period on an airplane on like a long trip, and I said that's like my biggest fear. Watch it happen to me. Tell me how when I went to Italy, when I was flying to Italy, I got my period on that plane and it was like 8 or 9 hours. I really manifested this and I did it to myself. But listen, if you're on a plane and you get your period, you have no idea what to use or what to do, no shame. I would have gone to the bathroom, looked at a flight attendant and been like, I need you to do me a solid. Or flat out, go get your mom. Your mom's in a different seat, that's fine. Go up to her and be like, Mom, I need your help. Because there's nothing more embarrassing than being stuck in an airplane bathroom for so long because people are gonna think you are blowing up that toilet. And I don't wanna be that one person on the plane that everyone thinks is blowing up the toilet. I was 9 years old in school when it happened. I literally ran to the nurse crying, I'm dying. I didn't know what a period was. I never was taught how to handle it, so my 9-year-old brain immediately went to death. Yeah, pretty much. If you have not thought you were dying when you first got your period, must be nice to have actually known what a period was. And it's so crazy to me that this happens so often because it is not that difficult to tell your child that has a vagina, hey, your vagina will eventually just start bleeding every single month. I would like to know if there's gonna be blood coming out of my body, especially for a good chunk, 30, 40 years. I would like to be warned about it than finding out the hard way and thinking I'm truly on the edge of life. But maybe that's just me. I was sleeping with my brother and got my period. There was blood all over the bed, but thankfully it was dark and he didn't notice. See, my biggest character flaw is I would gaslight my brother into thinking he peed the bed. I'm not gonna let him know he's sleeping in my period blood. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, you peed the bed in your sleep. No shame. What's worse though, letting him think he woke up in his own pee or telling him that he woke up in his sister's period blood. Let's think about that. In reality, I'm doing him a favor. I was at summer camp and I started to bleed for the first time. I didn't have any pads, so I just bled through everything the entire week. We had a shower together and I was too scared that I would bleed in the shower, so I didn't shower for the entire week at summer camp. Well, on your period, you're telling me you did not wash your period coochie for a week in the summer. No. Oh my, no! The smell and the grimy dirt, the sweatiness. I understand wanting to avoid it, but listen, there's camp counselors, someone out there in camp that also has their period that could have just helped you out. Guys, do not be embarrassed to ask someone else about period stuff or period products or help or anything, because at the end of the day, our periods are natural. It's just a process our bodies do, and if someone has vagina, more than likely they are also going through it, so they understand. I'm just saying, summer camp, y'all, and not showering for a week on your it's not worth the possible infection, sis. Is it worth going to the gyno instead of asking a counselor for help? Think about that. The first time I got my period was when I was with my boyfriend at his house. I felt a drop and got really scared, so I went to the bathroom and there was blood in my underwear. I told my boyfriend and he dumped me. So you're telling me this that's a boy. This boy dumped his girlfriend because she got a period. So what happens when he finds out that every other girl he's ever gonna date also has a period? My menstruators out there, if you're with a person and they make you feel gross or disgusting or embarrassed, insecure about having a period, dump them. Without hesitation, dump them. How are you gonna make me feel insecure about something my body does? That's like me making you feel insecure because you pee. Ew, you pee? That's disgusting. It don't make sense. You know, the math ain't mathin', so dump them. Bye. My mom came to pick me up from her friend's house, and when I told her I had gotten it right after she came, the first thing she did was tell people, y'all, the second I got my period, my mom came into the bathroom, told me, that's a period, didn't even grab me a pad or anything, and immediately got on the phone with her best friend being like, Sharon got her period. And then she called her cousin, and then she called my aunt, and then she called my grandma, and then she went down her entire phone book and just told everyone that I got my period. Thanks, Mom. Still waiting for a pad on the toilet though. Like, I get the embarrassment, but like also that's such like an exciting moment for your mom. That's what I tell myself to make myself feel better about everyone knowing knowing I had just gotten my first period. Was it really their business? No. But also, Liz's mom's Hispanic, and if there's anything Cuban women love to do, they love to gossip. So I was kind of expecting it, I'm not gonna lie. Why do they need to gossip and tell everyone each other's business? I don't know. I think it's like the telenovela influence, but it'd be like that. It was just an ordinary day. I went to the bathroom and saw blood. Long story short, I had a mental breakdown because I knew I could then get pregnant. This part right here, y'all. Yup. Translation of congrats, you're a woman now is congrats, you can get pregnant now. And I'm just saying, as a woman, or really as a person with a uterus, and this day and age of 2022, with everything that has happened, with the government trying to tell me what I can and can't do with my body, it is not a good time to possibly get pregnant. It's rough out here, y'all. And that's why birth control is important, contraception is important, and also telling a boy to F off if he keeps pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to have sex, or telling a boy to also F off if he keeps pressuring you to have sex without wearing a condom, because they're always gonna hit you with that, I can't feel anything with a condom. Okay, well, what you're gonna feel is my fist and this child if you get me pregnant. So anyways, I got it at Six Flags and didn't know, so I went on a ride. We sat there for 10 to 15 minutes because of some issues with starting the ride. I had basically been sitting in my blood for 15 minutes but didn't know because I thought it was sweat because it was hot. Anyway, when the ride started, we went upside down and all my blood went on this couple's face and clothes. Absolutely not. Oh my god, no. I would puke. I would literally puke and honestly probably start crying, because it's one thing to like bleed yourself. My blood, my body, I'm fine. Someone else's blood going onto me, someone else's coochie blood landing on my face while I'm in an amusement park trying to be amused. Absolutely not. I'm scarred. I'm never stepping foot in another amusement park ever again. No more rides for me. I totally get thinking it was butt sweat. I mean, swamp ass. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that, but we got swamp ass here in Florida. So I would expect it at an amusement park, right? That couple was not expecting that though. You know, could have been worse. It could have been like vomit, could have been like pee. Actually, no, I think period blood is worse than pee, but I think vomit is worse than period blood. Question mark? I don't know. Let's rate it down in the comments below. What would you least want to have spill on you? I got my first period while sitting on my teacher's white rug. I had a stain on the back of my pants for the rest of the day and felt so bad about her rug. Listen though, if your teacher wanted to buy a white rug, your teacher has to deal with the consequences, because it doesn't even have to be period blood. It could be someone spilling like their chocolate milk. So I wouldn't feel bad about my teacher's choice in decoration because you chose a white rug in a classroom full of students. Come on, dude, even stepping on it, suddenly there's dirt all over the carpet. Should've gotten a black one. I got my period in the shower and passed out when I saw the amount of blood. I can imagine passing out in the shower. Oh my god, that sounds terrifying. The thing is, we actually don't lose that much blood on our period. Like, we think we lose a lot more than we actually do. But when you're in the shower or when you pee in the toilet, your blood obviously disperses into the water. So it makes it look like there's a lot more blood than there actually is. So do I get why you passed out? Yes. But just tell yourself it's not as bad as I think it is. It's just the water. And even if it's not, at least fake it till you make it. I didn't know what a period was and I thought it was just a cut down there that would eventually heal. I found out a month later what it really was. Imagine getting to like day 3 of heavy bleeding. That's a big cut. I'd be running to the hospital like, help, I got a cut on my coochie. Just for the doctor to be like, so there's a thing called a period. I'll never forget, I got a story once about a poor girl getting her period and putting a band-aid on her vagina because she thought it was a cut. Oh, young innocence. We love it. And again, this is why period education is important, because maybe we wouldn't be thinking that we're dying, that we're shatting ourselves, or that we have a giant cut on our hoo-has. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. If you have your own horror story or just your own story from your first period that you'd like to share, please share that in the comments below. If you want to watch more like these, I recommend checking out my period horror stories playlist. It is every period horror story I've ever done, including like first time using a tampon, first period horror stories at school, all that good stuff. Now, shout out of the day goes to Odessa on Instagram. Thank you so much. If you'd like to be shout out of the day, just follow me on my Instagram and stay active. And of course, if you're in need of some period help, I also have my All About Periods playlist and my Everything You Need to Know About a Period, which is kind of like your Start Here Essentials Guide playlist. And I also started making some YouTube shorts. There are a lot of quick, helpful period ones that maybe you didn't know, and either way, go check them out and subscribe. But all that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye!